Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Um, Depending on your location, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, may I say. There's some people that 24 hours away. And some people that just literally waking up. Some people just changing shift and going to bed. For me, I live in a 24-hour economy, so time is different for everyone. Some people are night hour who work around that time. I wanted to come today. We're going to start being every day. I needed a summer off to kind of reflect, start again. And I also that reset again. We used to be on the air in Nimba or in Liberia for that matter, and the schedule shifted. We have to do our schedule based on the availability of the radio station. This is not the case. We're still working on how to get back on the air in Liberia. Although I am on Voice of Liberia, I believe 3 times a week. I come a little late because of the schedule. It comes on at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to Central Time, which is 7 Liberian time. I'm still at work then, but I'm making my duty to serve my people, show up for at least the last hour and 30 minutes to be a part of the conversation. My voice, especially as a woman of Liberia, a woman who's between Liberia and here in the diaspora. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. I know other opportunity has been extended me before, but at the time I was not in a position to take it, or I did not want to take it because I was building my platform. My platform had gotten a lot more larger. All of you know the story. My system were taken down. It was hacked, concluding my YouTube. So we have to start all over. For me, it's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you rise. So we'll continue pushing. If the goal is change, if the goal is dignity. So today, I will be talking about you about rethinking, redirecting, and reimagining Liberia. Actually, I did a post this morning, and which I'm going to put it in the line here where we are having this conversation. I did a post this morning, maybe about 8 hours ago. I woke up very late. It's my thinking time, and talk about where Liberia is and where all of us need. I decided to make a post, and I did that post this morning. I'm going to put a link here why it is important for us to in the body of that. Besides the actual post, in the body of that, I think I wrote there about two paragraph each about why I think at this point a new breed. Let me explain to most of you who are having maybe some comprehension uh, problem or some sort of complex thinking, thinking deeper than you should, right? The thought process is it's not age, okay? The thought process is a person, an individual who have never been given an opportunity to serve, and then an individual who has a record, okay, of building, understanding how to build, for that matter, someone that is people center, and in the Quran, it talk about service, okay, leadership. For you to make that your trait, that's a commitment to give back to your community. All right. Charity is part of a leadership or service, right? So I am not talking about just charity. I'm talking about building a nation to last. How do we build a nation that will last? That's what I want to talk about. What constitute a new breed, in my opinion. All right. And I told you guys about a couple of weeks ago when I did the initial post, I said to all of you that I would be profiling this individual that have posted. If you have somebody in mind that have not been in government, that is not part of the system, the spoil system or the political machine, okay, then suggest that person, create a profile. I will add them to the list. But if they are a political machine who have had an opportunity, a mandate from the Liberian people, and all they have to show is charity, we are not looking for charity organization. We are looking for innovators. We're looking for nations builder, people that will empower the next generation, not people that will enable the new generation. We are not looking for enabler. We are not looking for a good beggar who goes around the world to beg on behalf of the people to come and play God. I'm particularly not interested in that. So my thought process is totally different. And this is where I'm focusing on. Okay. Now I'm going to play this video and then we're going to continue the conversation. So let me play this video for you and then we will continue the conversation. I need you to listen here. All right. I know some people came on my post and were being disrespectful. Listen, words matter. When you're approaching people that respect you, especially if they're doing voluntary work and their goal is to educate, okay, inform, all right, make your argument. You don't have to attack me. You don't have to be disrespectful to me. I don't give a fig what you think. Don't get comfortable to the point that you're disrespectful, all right? I made a suggestion, I outlined what I taught, and not only did I outline, okay, I gave it credit. I did research extensively to see where Liberia has been. Not only did I walk into the beginning of Liberia, okay, from 1863 letter from Dr. Blyden, where talked about the cellular who were in charge of Liberia, 133 years of one-party rule, okay, and discrimination and divide and nepotism, rampant corruption. We came in 1980 and we said we will just take all of them, put them on the firing squad and deal with them there and leave them there. And we are going to start anew. That was not a true statement. Those who took it over were worse than those who were there before. All right. And the excuse for us Liberian people is, oh, I don't know where we would have been by now has it not been for the war. 133 years. One man was in power for almost 30 years. 20 some more years as a vice president, 9 years as a president. We were not crowning a monarch. Okay? We were not giving someone an absolute power. You know, when Liberian people thought Liberia was sweet, then I keep asking the question, and most Liberians will not answer. The thought process with Liberia is from individual prism, okay? Not collective, not as a nation, all right? I've been on both sides of the railroad. I've been on the side that was thriving. I've been on the side that was struggling. I've been on the side where my mother had to go fishing for us to have good food to eat. Where my father had to sell liquor, do 2 jobs, okay, to be able to survive, working for people. I stand where I stand. I speak to what I speak to from my own experience, my own childhood experience, okay? And to the point where when we were growing up, I have cousins who don't speak any dialect, you know, and as I, you know, Solomon said, the more I seek knowledge, the more knowledge I acquire, the deeper my worry, okay, is. Because the more I learn, the more I find out how messy we are. We were allowed to be Mana, to be Gio, to be Pele, to be Madingo, to be whatever in Liberia. Because speaking tribe was country. And being country in Liberia, being derogatory, was sarcastic, was sarcasm. It's like calling a black person in America the N-word. That's what that was. Whether we like it or not, those are the facts. I don't speak to divide as a history educator. I tell my kids in my classroom from the onset, I say the essence of history is not to make you bitter, but to make you better. You see, majority of the so-called who among who's around the world, the billionaires who have been for generations, they make sure no matter what their children study, whether they're going to be engineer, they're going to be business owner, they understand the economy or economics, finance, okay? That they understand history. To understand history is to connect the dot from where we've been and to be able to shape the future, okay? Everything is not wearing whatever you wear. Says Rebecca, y'all help me share. I'm not able to see, but let me play this video quickly and I will then go ahead and do this. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put this up and I'm going to play this. Where am I? Where is my Facebook? Where is this? Uh-oh. Where is this? It's up. Give me 1 second, folks. I'm sure most of you have heard me play this before, and I'm going to play it again. Oh, where's Donna McLeod? I'm about to go over there to go see my girl. Where is Donna McLeod? Where are you? What are you doing? Why is it not playing? Okay, play now. Okay, why is it not playing? Okay, this is not playing, so I'm going to bring it back up, okay? Folks, continue to share, okay? Continue to share. Let me move this, and I'm going to bring this back. For some reason, I can't find a link to this, so I'm going to bring myself back, and I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to put it up again, okay? So, when my conversation does not stem from an age, it stems from character, okay? Everybody talking about Traore. Traore is young. Was 32 years old when he took over. Some were talking about age, okay? Doe was 29 years old when he took over. Some were talking about age. It has to do with not the age, the character of the individual. That's what it has to do with. The character of the individual. That's what it must be. It must be the character of the individual. Okay. My folks, I think my system has, you say not to use the word, so you will have to help me share the show because it's not allowing me to do so for now. So I would really appreciate it if you all can share. All right, here I am. So I'm not particular about the age. I live in the United States, and during the corona, 500,000 Americans have perished, and 1 million of them were already diagnosed. And from statistics and information preempting that if we didn't do anything, if we use the herd, what do you call it, the herd strategy, about at least 1 million were going to be done by December. But the moment Biden, as an old man, won the election, before he could even win, when things were shifting his way, and he started outlining his vision for America, build it back better, okay? Things began to take shape. And guess what he did? When he took over, his focus was on the people, building it back better, okay? Working for inclusion, unifying the nation, making sure America survived, making sure we kept America working. That's the kind of Liberian I'm looking for. Not the age, okay? Not the age. Not the age at all. When I say new breed, that's what I'm speaking to. Now, let me come back here and try to play this video for you because I really want to play this video. I really do want to play this video. Where am I? go ahead and pull up. It's taking longer for me to play. There we are. Let me pull it up.
Build nothing.
I have no
You've built
copyright to
nothing.
this video.
You've created nothing.
This is
But for your
an
words and
advocate
political
in fact, this
oratory,
guy is
your
a
ability
business
to hold a
guru
tune and sing a
and an
verse,
inspiration speaker.
your ability to fill a stadium with poor people on the promise of a food hamper and a t-shirt. And then we vote for you. And we wonder why you don't know how to build roads or houses or balance a budget or just make sure that crime and law and order is in place. We elect clowns and then give them the seat of the headmaster's office. But one of Africa's biggest cancers is that Africans, for whatever reason, seem insistent on electing leaders who've built nothing and then wonder why they build nothing. You've built nothing. You've created nothing. But for your words and political oratory, your ability to hold a tune and sing a verse, your ability to fill a stadium with poor people on the promise of a food hamper and a t-shirt. And then we vote for you. And we wonder why you don't know how to build roads or houses or balance a budget or just make sure that crime and law and order is in place. We elect clowns and then give them the seat of the headmaster's office. But one of Africa's biggest cancers is that Africans, for whatever reason, see
So, so I will stop right there. Okay, I will stop right there. That is our problem as a nation. Okay, so when I put this up, okay, somebody came at me. I'm not even going to acknowledge that, but I decided I'm not going to continue. I'm not going to continue. When Liberians are comfortable with you, they use that as an opportunity to insult you, and that is okay with them. I don't do that. But I don't do that. Hey, brother Joe. Hey, Ayuba. Is this Rebecca? On my page, I will use this page on for because this is where my YouTube is attached to. If not, it's not gonna open up. But I'm here. So we are gonna be consistent on Saturday. Saturday will come on around 12 Mayday because I'm trying to see if the time go back or if it go forward, how that works. I'm not thinking about it. So when we start, we are consistent because we need to build this platform. You all know that that's not the Reimagine page. That one was also reported. I have to send my whole profile, take my picture, do my this and that to send it. And they've been still trying to take it down. But now that they have all my information, you can't take it down. Like almost every time they report in my page, but that is okay. That is okay. That means I'm doing something good. Okay, so let me go back again as I was explaining, and I need to read this to all of you, okay, really quickly. Okay, let me say something to all of you really quickly. This is what I wrote earlier, and I hopefully it will make sense to you when I read it aloud. All right. If you go on my page, what I wrote is there, but this is a part that I wanted to read to you. So where I come from with the thought of because people think it is you have to be young, okay, Here is my last post on my page. If you look at what I did this morning, okay. The youngest president of Liberia, age voiced the character in leadership. Okay. Even the Bible say, if a man desires a leadership or desires to be a bishop, he desires a good thing. But first and foremost, the character must be in order. This is in the book of Titus. His house must be ordered. And it laid it out for you what house being in order is. Okay, that is leadership. It does not matter how young or old. That's character. That's what we're talking about. I said Liberians' history offers striking example of young men who ascended to the nation's highest office, while their age at inauguration varies, ranging from 29 to 53. Okay, that would be within the age range of we are. Their collective record reveals sobering truth. Youth alone does not guarantee transformation, as Dr. Blyden observed more than a century ago. Okay? The recurrent crisis of corruption, abuse of power has been the order of the day in the Liberian governance, okay, system. From the First Republic to the contemporary leadership, and lesson remain clear. What changes a nation is not age, but character, service, and a people-centered mindset. Okay, this is on my page. I wrote it this morning. Samuel Kanyan Doe, 29 years old. Doe seized power in 1980 through a violent coup, becoming Liberia's first president of the indigenous descent. While he disrupted the entrenched American Liberian dominance, his rule soon devolved into authoritarianism, corruption, gross human rights abuse. Ellis 2007, that is a book. Go read it. That's a reference point. Charles Ganget Taylor, 48 years old. Charles Taylor, elected in 1997, we didn't put the part there that he came with war, drugging and on like allowing people, giving babies drugs to take. Okay, 48 years old, meaning at my age now, I'm almost old enough to be his mother. Okay, now let's go. Taylor was elected in 1997 after years of civil war. Though he emerged as a symbol of change, he quickly became infamous as the warlord president, plundering the nation's resources and perpetuating violence across West Africa. Ghana 2023. This is another review. This is another documented peer paper, okay, that were investigated and written and is in the archive. Okay, here we go. William R. Tarbert, 53 years old. Okay. Okay. William R. Tarbert Jr., 53 years old. Tarbert assumed office in 1971. Okay. After the death of William Todman. Though initially reformist, his inability to bridge social divide and his tolerance for corruption made him vulnerable, leading to his violent assassination in 1980. Don and Hustle, 1985. That another reference point. So I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I will give you the information as is. You decide what you want to do with it. I didn't write this. I just did my research. Okay. So let's continue this. We go to Joseph Jenkins Roberts, was 38 years old. As a Liberian first president, 1848 to 1856, 1872 to 1876, Robert represented American Liberian settler interests. Though relatively young, his leadership entrenched the social political divide that will haunt the nation for generations. And go under there, and I wrote it. I'm not going to continue this. Then we go out to Barclay, who were under 45. Okay, this one. This is Emma Sawyer, a book that he rewrote. Okay, now I came from what? Taylor, Doe. These are all our paths. That's where we've been. When I say that we need a redirection, okay, we need a new breed of leader. I ain't our age. I did not consider age. I consider character. I consider vision. Somebody who believes in rolling off their sleeve, that is consistent. A leader who walk their talk, okay? A leader that is agile. A leader that's a lifetime learner. A leader that is people-centered mindset. A leader who wants to leave a legacy. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So that is my mindset. That is some of my characteristics of what I think a leader is. Okay. What a change direction is. What reimagining Liberia looks like in my view or my prism. All right. So you can come and argue. What do you think? Instead of attacking me personally, calling me a fanatic and calling me that, who gave you the power? Do you know what being a fanatic is? You're telling me I'm not a critical thinker? I don't do deep thought before I support? You know, we use words so loosely in our community. Yes. And some of you came after me and said, you call a certain president a political machine? Yes, indeed. Bwaka is the head of the political machine. What's in Liberia now is called the political machine. Bwaka is the head. He lead the spoil system. Okay? Adi, if you go to Blighty, Dr. Blighty, okay, who wrote to the cellular, like I said, I've been on both sides of the aisle. I've been on the side where there's a car to pick me up. I also have been on the side where I had no food. Where I woke up in the morning, couldn't stand up because I didn't get enough nutrient. As a kid, I'm Daisy. When you hear people say you people are hungry, it's not that you didn't have a piece of meal the day before. It means you did not get the needed supplement. A balanced meal to build you up as an individual, to refuel your body. That's what that means. Yes. A human can afford farina to eat. A farina, a balanced meal for a child, a growing child that will build their brain. Now you go think about that from that end. So if Liberia must move forward, if Liberia must change, it is all of our responsibility as people, as nation, to first look in the mirror and see who's staring back at us. I looked this morning deeply. Okay, who's staring back at us? Each of us. You are the man in the mirror. I am the woman in the mirror when I stand before you. And because I do that and do soul searching, I speak my truth. Those of you who know me, I know a lot of people have been reaching out to me. Oh, yeah, you move to Musa. And I tell you, Musa is my brother. At this point, I left from here, went to Liberia and supported Musa. But I was supporting two persons. I know somebody say your support for this, you don't move around. I was born on that end. Spend my early teen, my late teens in Montserrat between Surface Ice Cream, Beachside, and Oro Gate Town. All my adult life, I've been here. All my children were born here. Do I stay investing in Liberia? Yes. The first time I bought property in Liberia, I was about 25 years old, 26 years old. It was in the 90s. I had my second child, was a boy, and I was taking his neighbor stream back to Liberia to be buried. That's how deeply I love that country. All my children, 4 of them, neighbor streams, are buried in Liberia. When my children were born in the height of the war, my mom would say, don't come. I poured their neighbor stream in alcohol. I preserve it. I took it home, bought a plane ticket, took it to Liberia. went through Ivory Coast to Liberia and had it buried. The other one, I went through Ghana, went to Liberia to have it buried. That's how deeply I love the country. You have no right. All right? Now, I strongly believe those who destroy cannot build. I didn't say this, biblical. When David fought, you know, the Bible said David was a man after God's own heart. By the way, folks, I teach intro to religion, how they all entwine, how they all come together. Judaism, Islam, Christianity, they're all from the same garden. They're all from the same garden. Don't let nobody fool you. Buddhism, Hinduism, Confucianism, Shintoism. Yeah, I do. I teach the intro. I do. And history and science. So I'm making my business to research per se. Okay, folks, thank you for logging in. We'll be regular. Okay, please share. So if you look at me as an informed woman, thank you, Lasso, as an informed woman, and you literally just undress my knowledge, my experience, my time, my devotion. Okay? Yes, I was in Nimba. The places that I visited to talk to people, I've never been my whole life. I tell people because growing up, speaking tribe was a problem. Folks, I'm almost 60 years old. So at the height of West civilization was not speaking a dialect, at least were deemed that way. And growing up, to tell you the truth, I did not recognize there were tribe. I only knew our names or Nimi convention was different. If you were from Nimba, especially if you were from the Mano tribe, you were Kou, you were Ya, you were Ye, you were Coco, you were Fania. And I think that way it stopped. Then Kou Peter, and it go there. You were Say, you were Nya, and went on. And I know you were from Maryland to some degree. With most of the time, it was girl or boy. And if you were Bassa, you were Mapu, it was dark skin, light skin, and then name like that. Okay? If you were Mandingo, you were Ada, Seku, Sriki, Fungbe, Yakuma. I remember my grandfather, Vagbe. Okay? Moli Vagbe, Mengonze. All right? That's what I remember. Besides the names and the Johnsons and the Cooper and the Martin and the Dennises and this and that. But I don't remember. I don't remember as a child how divided we were as a nation until 1980. I can show you guys under my feet trying to run away. The first time I have seen a combat soldier show up at our school, because I never seen those people before. People like that before. You know, we used to call them drill boy, drill boy. That the people that will drill during the Independence Day and Armed Forces Day. That's what I knew. Those men with khaki, or the messengers, khaki pants and khaki suit. I've never seen that. And you'll ask me, some of you out of true question, some of you out of sarcasm. Oh, Musa is your brother that you're not. Musa, understand I'm his sister and I know he's my brother. I've told you over and over. When the time comes, I will decide. We have talked. We have a lot of conversation. In fact, when he decided he would start political party, we had that conversation. I'm just being upfront, full disclosure. Yes, I said it was a good idea. I still believe it's a good idea. Okay? We have had political parties that have failed the Liberian people from its inception. Okay? People, not one person, not two persons, have reservation on the names that I posted. But the thing is, we have to be real. There's something called realism. Looking ourselves in the mirror. You cannot impose on people. You have to bring people who are in the arena, the man in the ring, who are visible, who are making the inroad, who are telling you, I'm serious. Okay? I didn't post Musa because he's family. No, I didn't post him. I post him because he's out there. I post him. You see, the problem with your Liberian people is you don't see problem. The very Musa led the UP team as the Morovia manager for the for UP when Ellen won. He went to what they call it, Liberty Party. You didn't have no problem. Doing the CPP with the UP, you have no problem. Now you got problem. You see, as I learned about Liberians, because again, my maturity, my adult years was spent in this country. I can come back and forth. I can see our people, but this is where I am. This is where I spend my time. Okay? So, in essence, so I see things sometimes a little slightly different from some of you. And that is totally okay. Okay? If all of us in the room are thinking alike, then no one is thinking. Then there is a problem. We all have to have our own thought process. Okay? Way that we analyze things, our comprehension, and come to the table with our different minds and then have a meeting of the mind. What is the center theme of this journey? Liberia first. The children of Liberia are the top of our agenda. Why we should seek change. Who can bring this change? Then looking at the character and the characteristics, although we decide that we'll bring on. Okay? So because I don't switch does not mean I'm a fanatic. It means I have a philosophy. I have a belief system. It means I stand for something that I cannot just shake off. It means I am, before I make a decision, I think it through, not through emotions, not through tribalism, not through party zealotry, not through emotions. I don't. I live Liberia. I watch people I grew up with stood up in my living room, my parents' living room, with gun in the face of me and my little sister at gunpoint. So your tribe don't shake me. Your degree don't shake me. Your good English does not move me. What moves me is character, empathy, compassion, your ability to learn and relearn. Because leaders are lifetime learner. Yes. When Liberty Party was harassing Musa, everything that he was doing, they were insulting him, but he was paying for everything. After he had been at the top of the political chain, my God, the man was the chair for CPP, the party that led and even gave birth, rebirth to the Unity Party. We pay for everything between us, the ANC, and at the time the Musa Ability led Liberty Party. When we asked Mr. Cummings, he was even interviewed on Spoon. Why the people not paying their share of the bill? He said, yeah, it's tough in Liberia. Those who have the money right now are the people in power. Just like now, the way it is, the people in power. And we said, but let the world know, let them know. So we gave it life. We took a snake, we breathed into it, we nurtured it to life. It came back. So when Musa decided, we thought it was a good idea. I mean, where else could he go? How does he stay relevant? He had been a Maserado city manager for a leading political party. He had been the chairman of his party, or chairman of a grand coalition at the time. Where does he go? He creates. That's how we saw. So am I in his party? No. I know a lot of you have been calling me. No, I'm not. We had this conversation. And my brother understand where I stand. Does he still call and talk to me? Yes, we have a relationship. It's not political. It's family. You know, 2016, 2017, I was going back and forth to Liberia. And my brother, my late brother, Dr. Emmanuel Dolo, was supporting UP, Joseph Boaka at the time. I was supporting Alexander Cummings. My brother lived in Liberia. I love my sister-in-law, Abba Hamilton Dolo. And I bought ticket to go to Liberia to run campaign. And my brother was pissed off and said, you coming here? And I said, yes. He said, how you coming here? You know I'm supporting the papi, and you supporting somebody, and you coming to Liberia to run campaign against me? And those of you who know or knew the relationship between my brother and I, we were very close. Okay? You know, they say every family, their pair, right? He was my pair. Dr. D was my pair. He called me kiddo, I call him Dr. D. And the whole family, because I call him Dr. D, the whole family called him Dr. D, and still do. So he was pissed off and he called my mom. I'm just telling y'all, in retrospect, the kind of person I am. To know me is to love me and to accept me as I am. So long I'm not breaking any laws. Okay? If you can't convince me, then let me be. And he called my mom. And he told my mom, your daughter coming to Liberia, she will embarrass me. She know I'm supporting the puppet. And then she coming to come run campaign against me. Blah, 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 blah. So my mom is a feminist. When I say feminist, I'm talking about the women then who want to be men. Feminists are humanists. Feminists are humanists who are looking to be a part of the growth, humanity, compassion, empathy. Okay. So my mom told my brother, did you buy her ticket? My brother said no. My mom said, does her husband have a problem with that? He said no. So my mom said, but you're not a woman husband. You're supporting your own, even the one or her husband in the same house. Her husband is independent. She supports other party. Why do you have problem with her? Her husband ain't got problem with her. And my brother started complaining. So I went, and he said, "Oh, when you come here, you're not coming to the house. So, and if your sister-in-law say you're coming to the house, you got to go somewhere else." So my sister-in-law, my beautiful caring sister-in-law, Abadolo, went to, because she was managing an apartment in town by the beach. I think it's on now or 7th Street. There for the couple of weeks that we're going to be there, we go to the house together. She and I stayed to that place. Although she supported other people, or she was apolitical at the time. Why? I ran my campaign with her on the side. Yes, my sister-in-law. I was the third wheel. I was the and she knew that, and she loves the family. She loves me. Yeah, I know some of you will say, my wife will go sit down somewhere with my sister. My wife were not into politics. She were not taking side. So I just telling you so you can know. I just telling you so all of you can know. Oh, why is this sparing this? Why is this doing this? Okay, let me try again. Because I share and it did something else. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Frank Davis. Okay. So yeah, we were. So my brother, my own brother, all right, we're on different political side, we're on different side, because my belief does not allow us to believe at the time. He lost me regardless. After the election, I went to the house with his wife. We spent time. I came home. And for the second round, I supported who I wanted to support. Okay? I got to go, folks. My time is over. But I want you to know this. Leadership is not about age. But I'm going to say this to all of you. Those of you who are waiting, those of you who have been calling, all right, the ANC Liberia, the ANC diaspora has been restructuring, reorganizing, and that's what good leaders do. Okay? When you have a company that is not making gain, or that have hiccup after making extensive gain, that particular organization needs to take a step back. We look at itself internally, externally, analyze those and see what are the external factors, what are the internal factor, what are the opportunity, restructure and come back stronger. So ANC is coming out. All right, we will talk about that coming this week. But I think we need new political parties. Those other one needs to go. So let me tell you something. The United States Liberia model or self after. Okay, the United States had over 100 political party. Out of the political party that you had, only 6 of those have produced president, and not all the 6 exist. Okay, you're here Republican Party, Democrat Party. There was Democratic Republican Party before. Maybe most of you people don't know this. Where is this thing that I thought I had? Okay. Maybe most of you don't know this. That there was a Democratic Republican Party before we even came to Republican Party and Democratic Party. There was a party that John Adams ran on before, now no longer exists. So because you produce a president does not necessarily mean you're going to stay in power forever. Now, I'm telling you, it's time for electoral revolution. But I'm talking to the leadership character today. So then we need to turn around and we're going to talk about, in the coming days, the voters themselves, the character of the voters. Who tells you, oh, political reward is not in heaven? So get my own first. Okay? And when you base your country on get my own first, let me eat and go vote, you cannot complain, okay, about this. But I'm going to play this video for you. I'm going to play this video for you before I go. That video, I have no copyright to that video. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. Guys, please, if you're here, please share. I know I have not been coming on consistently. I was off for the summer and I just needed to be off for the summer. All right. This is a lot of people don't know. Talking is hard work because you just don't talk rubbish. I'm not coming to cost people. I'm not here to break people home down. My goal is to inform, okay, have a conversation that is informative, okay, that is empowering, okay, because if I give you the true information, then you can decide on what to do with it, okay? You can decide on what to do with it, and that is your call to decide where you want to do it. You can also call. In the coming days, when we come on, you will have an opportunity to also call in. We would love for you to call in. It would be nice for you to call in, okay? So let me do this. I don't know, for some reason, I'm not getting this to go on. Okay, let me put this here again and then do this. Yeah, I'm gonna get off soon. Let me see if I can share this up here. Hey Rosa, hey baby girl, how are you? I need to call you after I call Ayoba, then I will call you. So I'm gonna call Ayoba first, then I'm gonna call you. I just want you to know that. Ayuba first, then I'm gonna call you. Okay? So again, I'm gonna call Ayuba, then I'm gonna call you. Oh God, be merciful to me. Here I am. So to reimagine Liberia, it has to be all of our calls. It's not a one-person call. It's not a political leader call. It has to be where the citizens themselves will have to rise up. Okay? I know today, and I wasn't really going to get into this, but I'm going to get into it a little bit. Okay? You saw last night where the CDC headquarters were breaking down. But you know what we don't learn from history, we don't learn from history. Meaning history repeats itself because we have not learned from it. And the world we have created as Liberia is the object of our thinking. It will not change unless we change the way we think. And we cannot use the same mindset that we used to create the problem to solve the problem. We have to think differently. We have to take a walk back. We have to look at ourselves in the mirror. I'm going to also post a link in here from 1863, Dr. Blyden telling the Liberian people, the cellular, 1863, remember, 1847, Liberia got her independence, 1863, okay? This man is telling the leadership, this is not why y'all left this place. This is not why to push you out. Not to go to try to be rich fast, not to be discriminatory, not to try to look like you're rich, not to be in a hurry to be rich. The same thing, the discrimination that we flee from, that's the same thing that you are imposing on those that you met, is your brothers and sisters. Lady that said that. I will put it in the link. Guys, Liberian, it is our duty to learn this together. The essence of history. I know Liberian people got problem dealing with history. But the word that will advance history is a center of it. Because how do you change the future if you don't know where you come from? If the information is available to you, why not embrace it? And those are the things that we're talking about. That what needs to happen. That's how I see it. Okay. So let me pull this. I will pull in this video right here. About the voters. And maybe I need to find somebody in Liberia that can do a skate for us. I need a skate that can do a skate. And if I will talk to that guy that can be making the skate, something in that respect that says you need t-shirts, you need food, you need. So when I know somebody will say, well, I talk about leadership, but I'm gonna just introduce the voter roll, not ROLL, ROLE, the voter roll, meaning their position, the voter position as a nation. It matters. It matters. Here is why. When you vote based on your tribe, you jeopardize all of our lives. Okay? When you vote based on just your party, without a platform of the head of the party or a philosophy for that matter, you jeopardize the future in all of our lives. When you do these things, when you vote based on nepotism, you also jeopardize all of our lives. If you're going to put somebody, we're seeing that right here in the United States. We're seeing this. But if you vote based on competence, all right, I can argue when my brother is competent and leading, I don't have to make excuses for him or her. I don't. That's how I see life. But that's me. Okay, I'm sharing, and it's sharing the same thing for some reason. Why is this sharing the same thing? Okay, so I was saying, we don't learn from history where we don't learn from history. Just yesterday, okay, just yesterday, UP were being evicted from its building twice. And people were here laughing. And we watched the very people that were laughing yesterday. Okay? The very people that were laughing yesterday, see them who are the helm of leadership being thrown out. The CDC have been around for 20 years. 20 years ago, most of the places on the road that were on for sale because a lot of people didn't see where Liberia were headed. Even the time that CDC took over, Liberians are party people.
Anyway, I might just have something for you.
Listen here. This is us. Although this is different accent, this is Nigeria, but this is us. This is us as a nation, as Liberia.
I'm a just pure water seller, Madam Senator. Please help me. My children have to die for hunger. Please help me, Madam Senator. You mean you have not gotten anything from the federal government? Yes, ma'am. Anyway, I might just have something for you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, please, this one pieces of yam, this one onion, and this 300 naira, ma'am, and I have 8 children. Ma'am, please, this will not do us anything, ma'am. Please help me. So what do you want me to do?
So the storyline here is, I have no copyright to this video. The storyline here is, and you will hear it later, okay? We sell our votes in Liberia, where trucks from Montserrat to Cape Mount to Mangibi, sometimes for now the price are going up. It's no longer $25, $20. It's $50, it's $100. Okay. And you sell it. You will borrow for that week, maybe. But then you want those very people who have to go borrow, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, to give it to you, to vote for them. You didn't vote for them. They bought your vote. I was in Liberia. I saw that. They bought your vote. And some other people who were conscious were complaining about that. You live in District 5, you leave District 5, Montserrat. You go to District 8, Nimakante, to vote. You leave from District 12, Montserrat. You go to Grand Jida. I saw the trucks going, some of them stuck on the road to go vote. You are not voting for them. You are not voting in the place where decision is made on your behalf. That other person have to also go outside and bring other people to vote for them. That is our problem. But listen to this video right here. Again, I have no copyright to this video. There we go. This is what I will end with, and I will go.
I am just a distinguished senator. Do I look like the federal government? No, ma'am. Did you vote in the last election? Yes, ma'am. Did any politician give you money to vote for him? Yes, ma'am. How much? 1,000 naira. That is the problem. Do you have electricity? No, ma'am. Even transformer for the past 15 years, ma'am, we don't have. Do you have water? No, ma'am. You have sold your destiny and the destiny of your children in the hands of a politician. You prefer 1,000 naira to having electricity and having water. And that is why all of you will die in poverty. Have you protested before? You cannot protest. Why? Because you don't know how to protest.
Now
you
only
know how to collect 1,000.
Let me stop you a little bit.
They're useless politicians.
The lady asked her, have you protested before? She said, no. Well, protest is part of democracy. If you hire people to do a job that you believe you hire them honestly to do, and they're not doing it, you show up. That's what protest is. Civil disobedience. You show up and tell them you are not doing what I hired you to do. Now let's continue on this.
Someone will come and give you 500 naira and you will vote for him. I am a distinguished senator. All my children are outside the country, schooling in Oxford University and Cambridge. I can't put them in Nigerian university. Nigeria don't have any good university. What they have here is a poultry farm. If I am sick of malaria, I will go outside the country and buy paracetamol. But I will leave all of you here to die in Nigerian hospitals that we intentionally refuse to equip. We say we will not equip it. We want all of you to die in it. You have sold your destiny. You cannot protest against the government. You cannot refuse the bank governance. You don't have water you are comfortable with. You people are so used to poverty. You are used to the system. You are used to not having transformer. You are used to not having accessible roads. And you are comfortable with it because the useless politician will give you 500 naira and you will sell your destiny. What is your husband doing for a living? I know he is a political clown because we are using them to steal ballot box. We are using them to do campaigns. All of you are our slaves. We have used all of.
So, although this is a skate, but this is our reality. You remember Zopianu said, I'm not here to empower you, to elevate you. Okay? I will continue to keep you oppressed down, struggling, so you can come back and vote for me when I give you a few dollars. That's exactly what this kid is about. While the family is selling their vote, the husbands are the one that they use to steal ballots. Some of them, they print the ballots, they bring it in. We saw that in the Makante. That's what is going on here. So let's continue this. And then when this is finished, I will call it a day. All right. Although I started at 1
you and don't you.
Yes.
All of you will swim in poverty. You don't want to have sex. Some people are even coming out to agitate for your freedom. There is this particular one. His name is Nnamdi Kanu. You talk about the Biafra. All of you continue attacking him. He has been disturbing us in the Senate House.
Did you hear her? Those who come out to advocate on your behalf or agitate, they give your money, attack them. Do I hear it? That's exactly what you do. And I keep telling young people, I see a lot of young people on Facebook begging or doing this, doing that. I know my children are not talking about you. Okay. They will come on Facebook and insult people. But when they're in need, the very people that are insulting for. You see, like that lady, that ability lady, who all of them were all over here. I see her picture with all the big will, the Yumli Kanga, the DeLong, the Magdala Cooper, the president, and all of that. She was sick. She was writing on Facebook, and everybody attesting to that. All right. And I hear like when people say, oh, when people sick or people asking for help, y'all don't help them, and nobody talk about this woman. I can talk about her because I didn't know her. I never heard about her. I'm on Facebook. I particularly don't care who you are. But if I see a post from somebody that, like I have young people who were contemplating other things that to harm themselves, I will call them, I will call Dr. Richardson and refer them and say, please talk to this person. I will call and cancel them. That's not my job. I mean, I did 1 or 2 psychology classes, but that's not my job. That's what Dr. Richardson does. Okay. And I do that. Okay. And I do that with them. But, and so now what I do, if I see that, I will talk to you, but I'm not sending you money. You call me stupid. I'm not. When CDC and UP got together and said they would take Mr. Cummings out, prosecute him, lie on him. All right. Henry Costa said that on Spoon. Is that we and UP and CDC are working together to prosecute Mr. Cummings, to stop him. That's what Costa said. The videos are out there. Y'all go look for it. He said it. Then he did a video sitting in his car. He did that. And all of y'all knew that. Y'all were cussing that man. Y'all were pulling his clothes. Y'all were threatening to jail him. In fact, you were going to go serve his time either in Belayala or in the classroom. You know, in the world over, people respect knowledge and character. Liberia has, until we come to the term that we work based on meritocracy. We don't want change. We want our chance to play big boys and girls, to steal, to loot, to take lives and walk away with it, beat up people in the street and not be asked questions. That is. Then the rest of us, we want to elect people that we are comfortable going to go back. We don't want to elect people that we don't have to know, we don't have to care for, but they can create a Liberia. Okay? They can create a Liberia we can create a Liberia that everyone have an opportunity, okay, to stand up on their own, that don't have to know the president, but they're able to take care of their family. They're able to take care of themselves. They're able to sleep well. They're able to dream dreams, okay? That they're captain of their own ship and their future. That's the Liberia that I hope for. I know everybody yelling all over here. Oh, yes, we told Alexander Cummings, we told the political machine, the Liberian people were talking the Tabata. But I believe God time is the best. Now I'm going to finish the video so I can go, folks. Here we go.
With the truth, because you know how to speak the truth. But you don't want to join him because you have been destined to be poor. And a politician will come and use you and dump you. Look at you. You have 8 children. And you are suffering. Poverty is written all over your face. And now we will use poverty and paint you for life. All my children will never suffer for the rest of their lives. I am packing money as a senator. I am packing billions and trillions because I want to make sure that my 20th generation will never suffer. For the fact you people say that Nigeria will continue to exist, all of you will continue to suffer, and all of you will continue to swallow and be drowned in poverty. We are so happy whenever we see all of you poor. That is why we give you pieces of yam, pieces of onions, and you are happy. If the next election that is coming, if I give you 200 naira, you will collect it and vote for me because you are a move.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the woman?
The most useless.
Even the next election that is coming, if I give you 200 naira and stay for me, that's exactly what they say. That's exactly what Penu said. And you're what mad at him. That's the truth. That is the truth. I need that video because I need to play it.
The world has ever seen. I gave you 300 naira, you are complaining. In the next election, we have gathered all the senators, all the governors, that we are going to give every useless Nigerian 150 naira to vote for us. You people don't have choice. You have not seen anything. We have not even started with you. By the time we launch our poverty attack, hey, you people will be gone. Come on, get out from me. You are scared. Useless Nigerians. Poverty-stricken people. Nonsense.
There you go. That's it. My day has come to an end. Let's do the next Saturday, 12 noon. Tomorrow, I'm trying to see where we start from with Peter. Hopefully, we can come on tomorrow and start, anew. The season is here. Our Sunday will be consistent. I'm not going to adjust my time anymore moving forward. If I find a radio station, I will host they're going to host her on the same day and time. So I'm not back and forth. I've been around here too long. I have set up my system now that it's not going to be like they can, when they hack it, the people can call me and I can identify myself. And then I would, I'm able to do what I need to do. Okay. So some of you know that Facebook what do you call it, Facebook shows only last now for 30 days. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will appreciate it if you can do so. Please follow me on YouTube because the show stays there. I would like to be hosting Orita, who just wrote her book, Dr. Orita Baku, who just wrote her book called Girl Raise Your Center. I think I would like to host her next week. All right, so let me prepare myself and go through the book so I can have questions, good question that we can talk about. Okay, so that said, let me call it a day. Thank you so much. This has been Second Thought Africa Reimagine. Let's reimagine Liberia. What did I say? We need to rethink, redirect, and reimagine Liberia. Reimagine it to the point that it states and speaks for all of us as a nation, that it prioritizes the nation, that it puts the children first, that it put the future, the character of the nation first. What Liberia needs is not an age of a president. It needs a different thought process. It needs a new breed of leadership, a leader with a character, a leader that is people-centered, a leader that is nationalistic, a leader who is willing to roll up their sleeves, to empower, to inspire, not to enable. Okay. History repeats itself if we do not learn from it. And evil prevails when good men do nothing. If we need a change Liberia, the people, the good people, must roll up their sleeves, must be willing to go to battle for that change, must be able to put everything on the line for that change. Okay, because those who make the system, who have benefited the system, are not going to surrender the system just like that. That is the fact, right? So call it a day. You'll have a good afternoon. Hopefully, I did something today, waking you, and whatever you have, write it. Starting next week, we will talk for 30 minutes. We'll give you an opportunity to call in. Make it your duty to call in, to add what's on your mind. So next Saturday, we're going to talk about what's on your mind. What kind of leader do you think Liberia deserves, or that Liberia needs at this point? And what does that look like? Everyone will change. What does change look like that to you? What is your priority? That's where I'm going to talk to. We have a good day. Good day, everyone. Let me do here. Particular. There we go.